What's cracking, Jack? You are in the jungle. If you get invited to do anything this Saturday, turn it down and turn up the volume on your television set because we have one of the best college football slates you'll see any Saturday this season. We're going to break down the 5 biggest games of the slate and come up with the best bet for all of them right here, right now. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the jungle. We're going to break down the 5 biggest, boldest, and baddest games in college football for this Saturday. And I'm going to leave 2 links for you in the comments section. The first link is to my $5 favorite play of the day. And for just $5 and no further obligation, you get my best college football bet of Saturday text to your phone. The second link is to become a jungle member. And for as little as 55 cents a day, you can become a member, become part of the fastest growing sports betting community in the Western Hemisphere. As a member, you get my full betting card text to your phone every single morning. I cap MLB, NBA, NFL, college basketball, and college football. You also get access to our members-only Discord and a direct line to me if you'd like me to opine on any other bet that you're considering placing. We have a free weekly trial. Take it for a test spin and see if it's for you. Today's video is brought to you by Outlier.bet, the top name in sports betting research, and by Red Lobster. Join us at our Lincoln, Nebraska location Friday, November 7th for the sounds of Rendezvous Ralph, Canada's number 3 Smash Mouth cover band. First game we're looking at is number 17 Alabama at number 5 Georgia. Georgia laying 2.5 points here at home. Now there's going to be a lot being made in this game about Kirby Smart's record against Alabama, his last 7 games being just 1-6. But most of those losses were against Nick Saban. Now I know he did lose one last season to Kalen DeBoer, but of all those games that Kirby Smart has lost to Alabama, not one, not a single one, has been in Athens, Georgia. And Georgia does not lose at home. They've won 33 consecutive home games. The Georgia Bulldogs haven't lost at home since 2019. And this is an Alabama team that has struggled on the road. They've played better since that Week 1 loss at Florida State, but the road performance is very concerning to me under Kalen DeBoer. They were 2-4 on the road last season with losses at Michigan, at Oklahoma, 24-3, at Tennessee, and at Vanderbilt. I think the road to the SEC championship goes through Georgia, and I think that the Dogs cover the spread of 2.5 at home. Here we go, number 6 Oregon at number 2 Penn State. This game is why they make popcorn, ladies and gentlemen. Penn State laying 3.5 here at home. Now there's a ton to look at in this game. So let's do that. Let's go point by point, some key factors of this game and handicapping it. Now, it's a whiteout game for Penn State. That's always one of the rowdiest games anywhere in college football. A very tough environment for a young Oregon team on the road and their first-year rookie quarterback. Penn State head coach James Franklin is 4-20 against top 10 teams in his Penn State career. Penn State quarterback Drew Allaire is 4-6 against ranked teams in his career. Penn State can run the ball. These 2 running backs they have that alternate snaps are as good as you can get in college football. And Oregon did not look good against the run last week versus Northwestern. But we also saw in the Big Ten championship game last year, Penn State run the ball for 297 yards against Oregon and still lost the game. Oregon still won. So to me, can Drew Allaire get it done through the air? Because we have to assume that Penn State's going to get theirs on the ground, but it probably won't be enough. Well, Allaire, and throwing for 20 yards or more, is just 2 for 9 this season. He hasn't looked that good, and that's against lesser opponents. Neither team has really played top-level competition this year. The most impressive win either team has had is Oregon on the road, beating Northwestern. Also, Penn State has failed to cover the spread every single game this season. Now, we know that both teams will be good between the 20s. But I think this game, from a betting standpoint, is going to come down to putting the ball in the end zone. And I don't know if Penn State can do that and finish drives as well as Oregon can. Oregon is 13th in touchdown percentage in the red zone this season. Penn State is 88th. I expect this to be a close game, and I don't know if Oregon wins straight up, but I do know that I like the Ducks to cover more than a field goal. Give me Oregon plus the 3.5. Number 4, LSU at number 13, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is laying 1.5 here. Now, the Ole Miss quarterback situation is a little bit murky. Something is awry. The much-hyped quarterback Austin Simmons got hurt in their win over Kentucky, and Trinidad Chambliss came in, former Division II champion, and has been the quarterback ever since, and frankly has looked better than Simmons has. And it's definitely fishy. It's definitely suspicious, as the kids say, sus, because Simmons wasn't even listed on the injury report this week, but Chambliss was named the starter. So something doesn't really add up other than the fact that Lane Kiffin trusts his backup more. LSU is ranked 4th in the country, and there's questions about their offense, and that's fair. They weren't able to run the ball in their win against Florida, but Ole Miss run defense is not Florida's run defense. That Florida run defense is good. Heck, crackers, Ole Miss isn't even Clemson when it comes to run D. Ole Miss is ranked 121st in the country against the run of 136 FBS teams. Garrett Nessmeyer is going to be just fine, and everything is pointing in the right direction for him and Brian Kelly's offense to get on track. Why? Because we've seen it before, and this Ole Miss defense is going to provide them opportunities to do so, to move the ball. This LSU team is better than they were last year, and this Ole Miss team is not as good as they were last year. And LSU beat them last year. This LSU defense has been one of the best units in the country and has been leading the team this season. And the questions at quarterback that Ole Miss has concerns me. I think the wrong team is favored here. I'll gladly take the LSU Tigers with the 1.5. Let's talk sports books for a minute. So many options, very difficult to know which book is for you. Well, my friends at mybookie.ag have a great deal for Jungle viewers. Open a new account at mybookie.ag using promo code SILVERBACK, and your first bet will be covered up to $500. Place your first bet, and if it loses, but it probably won't be if you follow my advice, you'll be refunded up to $500. Make sure to use promo code SILVERBACK. MyBookie.ag is one of the biggest, best, and most trusted offshore sports books on the market, and they offer some of the best lines that I've seen. But on everything you're accustomed to betting on, sides, totals, player props, and more. Open an account at MyBookie.ag today with promo code SILVERBACK. You've got nothing to lose and everything to win. Auburn at number 9, Texas A&M. The Aggies are laying 6.5 at home. This is a very tough scheduling spot for Auburn. They just had a tough physical game on the road at Oklahoma, a loss, a game in which they gave up 10 sacks. Texas A&M beat Notre Dame in South Bend 2 weeks ago. They're flying high, and they had a bye last week. They're well-rested, healthy, and they had an extra week to prepare for this Auburn Tigers team. Texas A&M's passing game looked elite against Notre Dame. Marcel Reed was fantastic, and that's the part of Auburn's defense that's been sus, as the kids say. We saw Baylor throw the ball all over the Tigers' defense for 400 yards worth. Offensively, Auburn has great wide receivers, but Jackson Arnold just can't get them the ball. Back-to-back road games for Auburn. Texas A&M energized. Marcel Reed playing awesome against the weakness, Auburn's secondary. Home field advantage for the Aggies. Give me Texas A&M at home -6.5. And the last game we're looking at, number 1, Ohio State on the road at Washington. Ohio State is laying 8.5 points. Now, this line opened at 11.5, and it's been bet down to 8.5. People are really liking the Huskies with the points. And here's the reason why they do. Ryan Day, head coach of Ohio State, has famously said he just likes getting out of road games with the win. And they could have a bit of a conservative game plan with a rookie quarterback on the road in a hostile environment. People are in love with Washington QB DeMond Williams. He's a dual-threat QB that puts up big numbers. Now, they haven't played anybody yet, but they are number 1 in the country in third-down conversion percentage. Washington is the trendy, sexy pick of the weekend, but there's a huge mismatch amongst these defenses, allow me to illustrate. And remember, when I read you these rankings, remember Ohio State has played Texas, and Washington has played nobody. Defensively, Ohio State allows just 5.3 points a game, less than a touchdown. And they're first in the country. Washington allows 18.3, that's 41st. Ohio State defensive red zone efficiently, first in the country. Washington, 112th. First downs allowed, Ohio State is 4th. Washington, 41st. Passing yards allowed, Ohio State 6th, Washington 62nd. You see, while Ohio State has played teams and often plays teams as good or better than Washington, Washington has not played anyone like this Ohio State team, the best in the country. The defense is second to none, and offensively they're getting great quarterback play. They have great skilled players on the outside and a strong running game. Don't give in to the populist play here. Take the Ohio State Buckeyes minus the new spread of 8.5. Let's have a day, Jungle Nation, and I'll see you next time with a little more money in your pocket.